This is it!
I am so excited! Thank you so much for watching Discovery Diaries. My name's Emily Riddington and I'm a primary school teacher and a forest school leader from Norfolk. And I had this crazy dream of wanting to travel the world and learn so many things about cultures and places and people and animals and nature, and I imagine I'll learn an awful lot about myself along the way as well. And I just think it's so exciting that I have the opportunity to share this all with you and for you to come on this adventure with me. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you have just as much fun as I do coming on the adventure as well. My love for travel first started a couple of years ago when I went to South Africa, and it was the most amazing, fascinating place. This is my map of the world that I'm going to take everywhere with me in my suitcase. Using this map, we can work out where we are and where we need to get to. You'll probably have noticed by looking at the map that there are 7 different colours. That's because there are 7 continents in our world. We live in the purple continent, which is Europe, and England is in the United Kingdom. There are lots of countries in Europe, and straight down south is another continent called Africa. Africa's made up of lots of countries too, including South Africa right at the bottom, which is the first place I travelled to. My first flight took me from London, the capital of England, all the way down to Cape Town, the capital of South Africa. So when I flew to Cape Town, I spent a little bit of time in the city, but actually the main reason I had gone was to go out into the bush to see the safari animals and also to teach some children out in one of the townships called Massy. Massy is short for Masipumelele. Township is another word for a little village. Notice that these houses are made from recycled wood and corrugated metal. Look at the beautiful mountains in the background. Of course, being a primary school teacher, one of the first things I wanted to do was go straight to a school. So that's exactly what I did. I headed off to a school where they had a nursery and a reception class, and I did some teaching. And I quickly found that although they haven't got as much space or as many resources as we have in England, they had a lot of fun. The reception children are hard at work in this video. Outside the window, upstairs in the school, you can see the tops of the houses in Massy. That's where the children live. While travelling along the garden route, I was also lucky enough to go to another school. This school had children who were primary and secondary age. Notice as well that they literally use the power of their bodies and their voices. They had one drum, I think, which was a piece of goat skin stretched over the top to make a beat, but it was absolutely incredible how they could make such amazing music and do such beautiful dancing simply just from being themselves and having that amazing sense of pride and culture. In the bottom right hand corner you'll notice a child playing the drum. That's the drum I was telling you about, the one where the goat skin has been stretched over the top. They've got a really good sense of rhythm. I think you'll agree with me that they have an amazing sense of community and togetherness. It sounds absolutely beautiful and so fun to be a part of too. In the school that I went to in Africa, Some of the children were able to speak in 2 different languages, even though they were only 3 and 4 years old. So if you can speak in 2 languages, we call that bilingual. Some of the children could speak in 3 different languages, which is called trilingual. It was crazy. They were learning in 2 languages or 3 languages at the same time. So one of the languages that they could speak was Xhosa, which is like a tribal language where they have the clocks and clicks and ticks in their language. I found that really difficult to learn. They could also speak in English, which was why it was perfect for me to go, because I could read and teach them stories in English. And some of them could also speak in Afrikaans as well. We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one. What a beautiful day. We're not scared. She was cross and said, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Baby bear looked at his bowl and said, "Who's been eating my porridge?" Lunch was cooked by a lady in the kitchen downstairs. Notice they all have the same meal and they ate every last bit because they were so grateful. Nap time? Yes, in South Africa, in the afternoons, the children in nursery and reception take a nap. Crazy. In this video, you can see the children collecting their mattress and taking it over to the sleeping area. They have moved all the tables back to make a big space on the floor. Here they'll have an afternoon sleep. Night. I really hope to go back, and I would love to try and help those children and help those communities a lot more in the future. So hopefully we'll all be back there very soon. I'd also absolutely love to go to Cambodia and do some eco projects with children, and I've heard about recently a man who invented a machine where you put rubbish in it and it helps make eco bricks that you can build community centres and schools and houses from. So I'm going to try and find out where that is and head there so that I can try and make a difference there as well. I've still got some really great footage to share with you from when I travelled along the south coast of South Africa. They call it the garden route because the nature is amazing, and that's where I saw the really cool safari animals as well. Tune in next Tuesday for more Discovery Diaries adventures. Thanks for watching!